Hey folks, Michael here. I'm live. So sorry about the cast. Don't even know where I was when I stopped, but it's hard not to be frustrated at Facebook. But I don't know what happens. They told me that I used a piece of music that wasn't mine, and I wasn't even playing any music. Oh my heavens! Just got a note from Facebook that said, "Hey, your show was stopped due to the fact that you used a piece of music that you didn't have the copyright to, and I wasn't even playing any music. I was just talking, so it's my voice they don't like." Yep. So sorry about that. So frustrating. Sorry we lost a few folks that were on the show this morning. I don't know. Let me say hi to you. And I just did a whole spiel on the books. It was a self-promotional piece anyway, so you didn't miss anything except Noodle Doodle Fiddle Piddle is still available. So is Roobots, and so is Hey Roo, What's a Wheelbarrow? You can order them on Amazon.com. Let me say hello to some people, and I am very sorry, but I had nothing to do with the fact that the show just said, bloop, we're out of here like a herd of turtles. And I keep sending you email or whatever that is, Facebook, a note. And it's so hard to link this and get comments through YouTube, but that's kind of where I'm going to go probably next year. I'm going to plow through the rest of this year into the winter with Facebook. And then I'm going to continue to be on Facebook. But for production stuff, I'm probably going to put the show and over to YouTube first, just because you can subscribe there, and it just comes right to you. And you know, I pay for this music, and I do it all the right way because I'm an art. Well, I think like an artist. Just went through this yesterday with some folks I was shooting a video for, and saying, "Hey, look, I want to make sure that the music we put in here is copywritten, and you've got the royalties to use it." So I do all that, and then they send me a note that says, yeah, it could have been in the roll-in, but that's a piece I bought also too, Kim. So I get it. Listen, I know this stuff. I've been doing this with production stuff for years. And so anyway, hey, I sound like I'm complaining. Hi, Pat. Welcome back. I was just doing a spiel on the book. Noodle Doodle Fiddle Piddle is still out there. I just purchased a few more copies to have here. Had to replace some that were lost in the mail. But you can get it at Amazon.com. Please do. I think you'll enjoy it, to share it and give it to friends. Hey Roo, What's a Wheelbarrow's out there, and also Roobots. And I'm working on something else that's going to be coming soon. Deborah Lynn Tauber, thanks for being on the show. Valerie, thank you for being on the show. Laura Abbott, yes. Jean Anthalzer, thanks for being back. Back as in a few minutes ago. Heather Kuhlman, good morning again. Linda Linhart, thank you for being in Orlando. Afraid you won't be with us today. Glad to see you back. Me too. Cam Lawson, thanks for being on the show Saturday morning. Michelle, there you are. Hello, people, again. Michelle's already put 3 fall leaf icons, so I guess she's expecting the leaves to start falling here anytime. Seriously, it's all green in my neighborhood, but it feels like fall. Yesterday was just brilliant in the evening. Lori Stanley, Handelmeyer Henderson, thanks for being. Facebook has been crazy, and they are crazy. We'll just say it, but it's a way that we can communicate and build a community, and you guys have done it. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all of the letters and notes you're already sending to my dear friend who broke her wrist in 3 places, tore her other arm rotator cuff, and who not only thinks like an artist, but Elaine husband is an artist, and she's coming up with her art show this year. It's still going to go on. It's near Nashville, but she needs your thoughts, prayers. She went through surgery, did well, but she got a long time healing. You heard me about the books. Awesome. Maybe, let's see, Laura Abbott, Cam, Elaine Barnett, thanks for being on. Kathy Mora, Laura Logan, Ricky, Govers, thank you for being on the show. If you think I'm going to try Bastinese, I'm not even sure, Bastinese Govers. Ricky, I know you're in the Netherlands, so thank you very much. Annette, glad you're on again. Lynn Brown, thanks for being on the show. Pat Normandale, Trina Seal, Pat Lightbody, poof, you're back. Just like that, Wisconsin cheeseheads, poof, you're back. Bob from the Herculean cornfields of Iowa. Herculean. Or is it Herculean? I love it. Herculean is one of those words. I watched Hercules when I was a kid. I thought he was one bad, fun-looking dude. Dorothy Beasley, thanks for being on the show. Pat Thompson. Keep persevering. You're back. Okay. Lisa, thank you for being on the show. Donna Buckley, there it is. Donna is the Payne's Gray person. All right, I won't go into that comment. Mali Divakul, is it Divalkul? Divalkul, D-E-V-A, from Thailand. Thank you for being on the show. That's a long connection, and it's working where you are. Kristen Klingman, thank you for being back. Getting ready to chop some of those Iowa cornfields for silage this morning. Woo-hoo-hoo. Then the dove will fly in, and then the dove hunters will come out. And hi, Sue Kane. Thank you. Got your beautiful note. And you got some more art coming from me. And it's Sue has persevered. I sent Sue some artwork months ago. Sue has persevered to find a way to actually send Roodoodles payment for those. I sent them before because, listen, it's Sue Kane, I know. And Sue, now I've got to send her some more artwork, and she's in South Australia, and so it's good to know the mail actually takes a long time, but it gets there, all right? So here we go. Let me paint something this morning, and let me try a piece of music that I paid for twice, 2 different publishers. So let me just put something on, and I'm going to paint something for you right here. Here's the page I'm painting on Kilimanjaro, what's called the original paint book. It's from Cheap Joe's Art Stuff. Joe Miller approved. And this dude is funny. He is the most humble, loving guy who welcomes you into his office and just kind of wants you to pull up a chair. And I would have said, except that every chair in his office was covered with art. Every coffee table, every surface, there's art everywhere. And it's not just his art, it's everybody's art. It's crazy. He's got an awesome gallery. If you're ever up in Boone, you got to walk through the gallery. Right now, you kind of have to get a tour in there because there's still a lot of their people are still working from home like everybody else. And so but they're back in the warehouse. They're doing their best to ship things on time. This is Kilimanjaro paper. It's pure cotton rag paper. It's acid free. It's cold pressed, and it is bright white. And I love it because what happens to the watercolor papers. I'm just going to go ahead and rip this out of here. Boop, there it is right there. I trim these little edges, but that's the paper. You got to get used to it. If you just think, hey, I'm going to start this tomorrow, it's going to be the most fun thing I've ever done. And take a look. Careful. He's got a pencil. What's he going to do with it? First, he's going to sharpen it just a little bit here with a pocket knife, because if I had a pencil sharpener here, it'd make noise. And that already sounds like my neighbor's weed eater. So, all right, so here we go. I got to tell you about this. This is carbon ink. I got to tell you about these 2 pens. That's why these are laying here. All right, so here we go. Let me put on some music here. This just came to me, and I think it's pretty. I think it's funny, but then again, I'm wired funny. Okay, so I was thinking about chickens, and I was thinking about when I was talking about growing up. In a little place outside of Knoxville, Tennessee, just a little town of Concord, bluegrass community. We had a few acres there. My dad kept bees and chickens I was talking about. And so I would have to sometimes go down and we'd get chickens get out of our chicken lot. We didn't call it a chicken pen. That was a dog pen. We called it a chicken lot. So they'd get out of the lot. It was a big fenced in area so they could scratch, and it was pretty cool, actually. And they had a chicken house to go in at night, so they kind of controlled themselves. But if some got out, I'd have to go on a chicken chase, and that made me think about the word chicken chase. So here we go. I'm going to put on a little music, and I'm going to paint something for you. And thanks for creating those. Don't start the music again. We'll get knocked off again. No, it's a different music, and we'll just see. I'm telling you, I own this music. I purchased it for commercials and video production. I purchased all of my music, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to keep doing it until... someone calls me and says, "Hey, dummy, stop doing that." All right, I think you can see where I'm going with that. I'm going to put a couple right here. That's why I used the pencil first. I left some. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to do the roux here first, see? This piece of music just sounded kind of right for this. I'm going to do a little, I'm going to do some feathers kind of coming down there like this arm dropping down like so. So I penciled in where I wanted the chase, right? You with me now? I revealed it before I was ready to. So it has happened sometimes. You just get, this idea came to me and I thought this is funny for a little painting. I've never done this before. So sometimes I just really want to try something that's kind of new. Let's see, this foot's going out this way. There, it lays down there. Maybe a little leg feather there coming down over the cushion. And then we go in here. Here's the leg, the front leg to the chase. And then comes in, and I'm going to put the cushions in right here. And a line across here. And maybe another line. This is a fancy, that's why this music is so, a bit of classical twist here. Let's put this in. Now I'm going to take my eraser and just knock out some of that pencil mess. I did it so I could have the one over the other. Did you see what I did there? I sketched where I wanted the sofa, the chase lounge to be, and then I broke it with the pen, and then I came back like this, and I'll put all the other pieces in later. And I'm using a Pentel inner gel pen, back to what I started with years ago. Kind of a fun little piece to have. Put in some details here. Okay, I think he's on the chase, and I think he has a, it's a little. He's got a martini. There it is, right there. There's his little martini. So I think this is kind of a fun little thing to do. And then I'm going to put in some lines here, just a little bit of shadow underneath the chase. Here we go. And I'll come in and maybe cross hatch like this. Like so. Excuse me. Sinuses are awake today. So I'm using the whole cut and picking page. This paper is 10.5 inches long. Cut off a quarter on either side. You're going to have about a 9.5 inch painting by 5.5. So there it is. It's all sort of pinned out, sketched out. And I'm going to start roughing it out right here. I'm going to come in here with a little bit of detail and maybe a little bit of this, and maybe one more feather coming up there like that. Break these feathers up just a little bit. Some detail in those. And then I'm just going to, watch this. I'm going to come in with a new pen. Ready for this? New pen. Here they are. All right, take a look. Fancy refined rooster, Becky Bailey says. All right, here we go. Take a look. Somebody said, oh, I thought he was doing mountains. No, here's the tail. Look at these pens. I was in the art store. I dropped by. I was shooting video downtown the other day, and I happened to go by Cheap Joe's. And I thought, I don't need to be anywhere for another 30 minutes. So I'm just wandering around. I wasn't in Boone. I was in Charlotte. And I'm wandering around and I'm looking at some pens and pencils, and I thought I don't need any paint, but that's not necessarily true. But I saw this carbon ink, and I'm always hearing Tom up in something's missing, coffee. I always hear Tom up in Maine, out on Orr's Island with Lobstart, and I'm learning to still paint lobsters. I'm going to try to meet Tom when I go up to Maine. He's always talking about I love carbon ink, and so I just thought they had some carbon ink sitting there, and I went, gosh, I took my fountain pen out of my pocket and I unscrewed it, and I thought, I don't think that cartridge is going to fit in my pen. It might, but I haven't tried it yet. But I said, this young lady helped me. She said, Roo, what can I do for you? And I said, well, I'm interested in this platinum carbon ink right here, but I don't know what it fits. And she said, oh, it fits the Preppy pen. And so I'm going like, oh, wait. Okay, Oh, the preppy pen. What the heck is a preppy pen? She said, come with me. So I followed her down that 3 aisles over, and she said, I said, oh, wait, I was on this aisle. This is where I got this. She said, well, the pens are right here. And I said, really? I didn't even look at those. I thought they were like ballpoint pens, or I thought they were like, she said, oh, no, 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 that's a preppy pen. So look at this. I want to show it to you. It's called Platinum Preppy Pen. It's a fountain pen. It's made in Japan, which is very much like my Kakuno pen. But look at this. When it pops open, boom, you got this great little fountain pen nib. You've got this cool plastic pen. It's called Preppy, and this is an O2, pretty thin. This is an O3. I bought two, and you know why? They were $4.99 each. Come on, people. Thank you, Cheap Joe's, for finding something that us artists can love and support and use, and if we don't like it, throw the dadgum thing away. But look at this. Here's the number 3. And I'm coming back to my painting. Don't worry. But hey, this is what the art show is all about. It's called the Preppy. Preppy. Right there. Preppy. Preppy pen. This one is the FO3. And it's called Preppy. Preppy. There it is right there. Preppy. And look at this. If I just do a little roux right here like this. And I come in and I do some fiddly-dee here and fool around with it a little bit. Come in right here, do some of this. Maybe cross-hatch some of this right here like this. And put the eye there. This is all with this little fountain pen. Take a look what happens when I drop in a little bit of fresh, clean water. Here it comes. Take a look. Not the massive amount of bleed that you're going to see with a Lamy pen or my Speedball ink, but still just the same, this marvelous little great, ready for this Donna Payne's gray bleed. It's just beautiful. And I'm telling you, I love it when I discover something like this. I love it. This one, of course, is the O2, and it's a little finer. They didn't have an O1, or I would have picked it up too, just to really get in some detail. But there's quite a bit of crosshatch, and I'm going to compare it with one you can see here in just a second. But look, and also this is on a, let's see, this is a different just throwaway paper. This is an artist tile vellum surface. Let me put it on a piece of watercolor for you. Here's a thin piece of watercolor. Let's do this again. Here's the O3, one dot, 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 dot. Here's the O2. Here is the fine point Kakuno, and here is the Lamy. Okay, so these are the new pens up here. This is the Kakuno. This is the Lamy. Watch this with a clean little brush. Just drop it in. Go zip, zip, zip. See that? Now on watercolor paper, it'll always react a little differently. The 2 is a little lighter. You see that? Look at this. This is the little bit more purple in the Kakuno. And then watch what happens when you get the Lamy ink in there. You're going to get into some serious color run and fade. So there again, there's, hey, $4.99 each, okay? So I'm going to ask Cheap Joe's to send me a couple of those that I can give away on the show. I think you guys would love that pen. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah, I was painting this. Here we go. Let's get back to this. But what I might do is I might take that 3 and just go right in here and just get a little bit of this this carbon ink in here. And I know Tom uses this much. I've been reading it for a while, and I literally had made a note to say I want to pursue that for some of my pens because I like the look. But at the same time, it found me. I was just wandering through the store, and it said carbon ink, and I went, I'm in. Okay, so there we go. And I'm going to put a little of this black in here just for shading. And you're not seeing anything work with it yet, but trust me, you will in just a minute. Because I'm going to drop some pen marks in there. And a little cross-hatching here, and maybe a little shadow back here, and maybe a little shadow right there. And I'm going to paint this roux. Watch this, okay? Let's see if we get a little... a little fun music here to paint this with. Just something kind of There we go. All right, here we go. Let's water these paints down just a little bit. I hope this is how you go about your morning, just having some fun when you sit up shop. Don't find yourself in here thinking this is a root canal or brain surgery. Just have fun with your art, people. Come on. That's what the class is all about. I'm going to do 3 paintings with you through the class coming up in October. We're going to talk about pen, just like we did then. We're going to study pens. We're not going to study. That's a bad word, isn't it? Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. But we do study art a little bit, you know. Don't make me go to study hall. I couldn't handle that when I was in school. Just going to throw some water in this tail feathers right here, just because he's all laid back. I'm going to go in here and just pick up some of those dark spots and let them start to just sweat a little bit. Those are the places that I took the pen, remember? So it looks like I'm jumping all over the painting here because, why? Because I'm jumping all over the painting. But I want water in those places. I want some water to start to interact with the ink that I put on there, just to give this some holidays and lightness when I come back to it. So there's a feather, there's a feather. I'm gonna come in with a little of my blue. I love these blue tail feathers. It's sort of the ruse thing. It's my style, it's my taste. It's what I love. It rocks on this white paper. That's why I love it. It rocks on this shirt when I splattered on a new pinpoint white shirt. I'm wearing this more, well, new from Goodwill, but you gotta start somewhere, okay? All right, so I want a little bit of orange and red to go in there too. And here's why. There's a reason for this, because I'm going to throw some a different color on the sofa. You know that's coming, right? Yeah, it's going to be one of the Rouge colors. You're already ahead of me. You know where I'm going with it. There's a little purple. That'd been a great color for the chase. Woo! Should have saved that, but that's okay. We're just making this up as we go anyway. All right. Need some leg color here, so I'm going to mix up a little bit of gamboge. All right, let's get a little gamboge here. Just drop a little in this. I keep this one little panel here for mixing, and mostly I mix on the paper. You guys know that well, but I'm also you do, Roo. Yeah, I do. And you're going to learn to do who you are, because here's the reason. You're going to find your style and your flavor and your artistic voice. And when you do that, you're going to find that, you know, when I meet artists and I see their style, like Stuart Budd or Ann Nielsen, or when I meet people, Carol Bomer, we have art from them in our house, Carol for sure. Look, here's the thing. When we see those artists, we can walk in the room and look and go, I know who painted that. I know who painted that. It was like me the other night when I was flattered but humbled but also excited to go to Ann's website. And so to go and look at that site and hit artists and scroll down, I saw a painting immediately that I went, oh my gosh, that's my painting. And it wasn't a false humility. I was like, oh, my painting is on this page here that people just walk up to and say, hey, where's this artist? And they scroll through it, and then she goes back and goes, oh, we have this painting by him, or we have this painting by him, or her, or Stuart, and so one thing they've never had a problem with is having to increase the strength in the wall space or the stud space to hang my paintings. Like Stuart's paintings, when you get one that's 6 feet by 11 feet long, you go, hey, is my wall going to hold the painting? And that dude's paintings are big canvases, and I'm not sure how he hauls those rascals. And it comes down out of the mountain. He lives 20 miles from the closest grocery store, and I'm going like, dude, I can't do that. I just can't do it. My wife is too much into food, and me too. And I like to eat. And I don't want to have pork and beans that are been sitting there in the can for like army surplus for a while. Come on, so help me out. And he's a trip, man. That dude is something else. But that's his life. He goes, hey, I love it, man. It's my home. It's where I live. but I think about moving. And he's lived in Boston. He's lived in New York. He studied at the University of North Carolina, got a fine arts degree from there. All right, so here we go. So there's this little rooster. Now we got to come in, and you know what we're going to do, right? You know I was reaching for some Terry Tardy turquoise, but no, I'm going to throw you a different little color today. Couldn't pass the temptation when I went to Cheap Joe's because I'm going to Maine, right? So I bought 3 new colors, and I want to show them to you. And I'm just going to put them on the back. That's a rabbit. I don't want to put them on that rabbit. Let me put them on something here as a palette. Do I have anything? I'll just put them on this piece of paper right here, on this piece of vellum. Here we go. So I'm going to drop down this piece of vellum, and here's what it's going to look like right here. Take a look. It's this is alizarin crimson. I'm just going to touch it here, there. That's just a touch. Man, that is a touch. And then this is, ready for this? These are all American Journey paints. This is called Blue Stone. Blue Stone. Blue Stone. Did I just say that 3 times like I'm auctioning off Blue Stone? A piece of jewelry. This is called indigo. Okay, indigo right there. So there's the colors right there. So why did I pick up those colors? They are not typical Roo colors, but I'm convinced in Maine, I will love these colors when I get there and start doing some harbors. Take a look at this. Watch this right here. Look at that. That's indigo. Woo-hoo-hoo, baby. Is that rich? This is blue stone. Look at this. Oh, man. And look what happens with this alizarin crimson. And look what happens when you take a little of this and put it in the alizarin crimson. Look at that sky color. Man. So I'm just trying to make it a little easier on myself when I go rolling in there. And I'm thinking that this sofa is going to be blue stone with a little hint of green. This is one of the pillows that's risen up right there underneath him. And I'll put it right there. And I'm not going to paint it in too solid. Just kind of let it drift in. Put a little indigo in this corner right here. It's pretty close to the blue in his feathers, but I think you'll get a feel. So there's the blue stone right here. Go in. And then I'm going to take and add some turquoise to this to just break it up a little bit. I don't know. I'm just making this up as I go. I didn't plan on this painting going anywhere. It just made me think when I was little, I chased chickens. And so I took a play on the word chase. There's a little of that green I want to put on top of it just to add to that green underneath there. I like that. I'm going to put some brown legs on it here. Not the rooster, but the sofa. The chase. It's a chase. That's a little too much green, so I'm going to go back and dull it down with a little bit of that blue stone. There it is right there, just coming down. And then I'm going to put some nice little brown legs on here like so. Look at that. One there. Maybe just a short little leg over here on the back side. To give that, whoops, wrong pen. That's not working. Let's just go with one of these. That's the O2. We'll just put a little fountain pen leg right there. Boop, boop, boop. And a little more of this grid underneath like this. Use that for shadow. Come in. Some little detail here. I haven't used these enough to know how well they do over wet surfaces, but not too shabby. These are my preppy pens. Remember, love to show you new product, not because I'm selling products, but just simply because you discover something and it makes you just do a different twist, a different turn. So there's the Roo. The only thing left to do, of course, is drop this out and come in with a little of this bright green right here and just make my martini green. There it is. I don't drink martinis, but I see them places and I'm going like, that really looks nasty. Why would I want to drink that green water? It looks like dish cleaning soap, and that's the way it tastes most of the time. But I need a Pentel Inner Gel, which I use so much to paint into wet, and I'm going to add a little bit of more yellow to these legs. I think they just needed a little more gamboge, and maybe a little more orange. Yeah, they needed just a little highlight a little bit. Maybe he's, all right. And so then I think we're just going to do some detail with this pen. A little bit like this, come down. And so this is what happens to my artwork. that I start messing with and then get into it. Look, am I worried about, there's a couple little feathers sticking out. There's some there. Here's one. Here's some on the legs. Sounded like my camera just shut off. It did, didn't it? Wow. This is the craziest day I've ever had for video. So I don't know why. I'm coming back. Don't worry. Be back in a minute. Huh. Okay, so I think you can still see the painting, but my I just realized the whole video is going, but your headshot is frozen. I wonder why you weren't looking up. Yeah, there's the reason. Yeah, my camera just my big camera, my expensive camera just died. So the line, "Here's looking at you, kid," is not going to work today, which would be so perfect for this chase. "Here's looking at you, kid." That's the reason my head's not sharing up. I got some light hair up there. Okay, so let me see if I can cut back to this and just go here. Yep. So anyway, I have no idea. The camera across the room has died, and so it is what it is. Count the hairs on the head. He's lost a few since he started this. Yeah, John Robert Small, that's no kidding. You know, that's pretty thin. That's what happens when you get long hair up there. So here we go, and let's see if we can just do this shot up in the corner. So if I change cameras on the fly there, hey, you can't let technology disrupt you being an artist. If you do, you're going to be so frustrated with yourself and everybody else. So it just happens. It happens all the time. It happens to, you know, it's like we're experiencing video difficulty. You go, who hasn't? All right. So, Jane Gillette, good morning. Still in Iowa, now at, okay, I don't even know what that is. Okaboji. Oh, Kaboji. I have no idea how to pronounce that. But if that's in Iowa, I'm glad I didn't have to spell it in school, if that's where you live. Okay, so so the other camera is this one coming across to me this morning, so it's looking across in a different direction. But it'll look more like I'm looking at you when I'm talking at you instead of over here, but that's just the way it is sometimes. My screen is froze. What are the new colors? Yes, thank you. I'll do that again. The new colors that I picked up, and I picked up 2 pens, and new colors are, ready for this? Alizarin Crimson. Here it is right here. That's the one on the top. Alizarin Crimson. Blue Stone is here. And Indigo is here. Indigo. And so there they are, sort of bled out a little bit. They look good. I'm taking these to Maine with me in a little palette because I do think that they're going to be fun for sky. And of course, I've already got oranges and yellows and Gambosian. I'm taking my normal palette, which is 6 colors that I carry all the time with me. Those 6 colors, you know what they are. You see them in my my bug out bag and most of the things that I carry. I've got several of these little ones around. There's Gamboge, there's Joe's Red, there's Ultramarine Blue, there's Terry Tardy or Andrew's Turquoise, Terry Tardy Turquoise, a little bit of Violet or Royal Amethyst. There's a couple greens in there. I won't need as many greens up there because I'm taking this blue blue stone, and I've also got a couple other palettes that Carol's going to share, and she's going to share her palette, and it's some more what I'd call they're fall looking warm colors. But I've got a raw umber that I'll probably take. And I may take a black, but I may not take a black. I may just mix the black with Alizra and these 2 here to get the black paint that I need, if I need any black. And I use gray more than black, but to give you an idea of what it would do here, we take this color here and go down and mix it there. This is the indigo. And then if I come in and grab grab this and put it in here, I'm going to get this dark purple. And if I put these three together, I'm going to get something that's dark enough for me to use as black. There it is right there. Also black blue, which I really like. And that'd be kind of cool if we did something like that. Could do a crow out of that. So anyway, so you just mix it till you find what you like, and then you put it on there. So here we go. Let me finish this painting since for some reason my camera on the other side of the room just died. And that's not good because that is an expensive Canon. So, hey, it's almost been a year since I've been doing this. Next Saturday, the way we best figured it, I went back, I was at 362 or 3, 4, 2, I think, 3, 4, 5. I think next Saturday, next Monday, Tuesday will get me up to 4. Tuesday or Saturday will get me to 365. That's close in that range. So it'll be 365 hours that I've been doing this. Now I popped in and I do things here and there and I do little shows, but I'm talking where I'm sitting at my desk doing an hour show. It's going to be Saturday will be 360. Next Saturday, 365 of those hours that I've been doing this. You know, if I'd been learning to plane, I'd have my have my license by now. Wouldn't that be fun? No, not really. Because then I'd have to have a runway, then I'd have to have fuel to get there, and then, you know, it is what it is. So, all right. So this is a little rooster that I like, and it's I think I want to come in with where's my Lamy pen? Just put in some detail here, a little bit of. All right. Sorry about the camera, but nothing I could do about it. But we started this last March. No, started March of 20. But I've been doing this for we started on this show, but I started doing, I've been counting days of shows. So it's not, it's been like, you know, I did 100 days straight and then I did weeks. Anyway, it works out to 365 different hours. So for me, that's, it's not a true year, it's over a year. So, but it's not an over a year of shows. I don't do one every day, so. Okay, there we go. There's my little Roo, and I got some wayward little spires and feathers and doodles and twists, and I think it ought to be, is it Chaise? Yes, okay, so chicken chase. Oh, it should be an article. The chicken chase. Oh, there it is. Got it. Didn't know what I was going to call it. Roodoodles, Michael, and it is October 21, OCT. All right, chicken chase. The chicken chase. So there's the chicken chase with a little martini saying voila. And I would be having tea, but that'd be fine. And the chase lounges for me have just been very, what's the word? They are not comfortable because you don't know whether you should lay down or sit up, and you go, hey, where's the other end of the sofa? Was the family on a budget and they could just afford one end to put my arm on? I got no place, so I'm sitting over here to sip my tea. What's the deal with this? It's not a sofa. It's a chase. It's for reclining. So there you are. So there. So you guys can get into the. We need a badge. An original warrior. Yep. Okay. So, calendar art show days, not calendar days. Yes, that's exactly how it works. Art show days, not calendar days. I just been counting the days that I paint and do an hour at the show, not calendar days. So let's just make sure that you don't misunderstand me here. I just make stuff up sometimes, you know that anyway, but I've really tried to keep a handle on this. Still got a little card over here that says 100 days, Roo, can you do 100 days? All right. Hey, one more little painting before I leave today on this Saturday morning. So there's the chicken chase. And I want you just, in fact, I might do another one of those just for fun. That's a good painting. I like it. The chicken chase. It works. And I love it when something's original I hadn't thought of before, and I hadn't thought of the word chase as being chase lounge. And nobody uses chase lounge. Oh, come in and have a seat on the chase. And you're like, what? Why don't I have a seat on the chase? That doesn't even sound right. How can you sit and chase at the same time. All right, so I'm going to do something with these three colors here. Let me just find a little piece of cold press. What's this one? Oh, there's a little piece of 6x8 fluid paper. So let's just do a little piece with this right here. All right, so I want to show you these colors one more time, just because I'm playing with them here. Let's just drop a little on there and see what they can turn into. And they're kind of dull colors, but I think they're going to burst into life. That's that blue stone, man. I love that color, but it's so unassuming and amusing. This is the indigo right there. So I have no rhyme or reason. Haven't tried this before. I'm just going to grab a pretty big brush here. Let's see. Let's grab something like a. When I say pretty big brush, this is a number 8 watercolor, Cheap Joe's interlock nylon. So just throw some water on there like so, and let those start to run together. Just got a few minutes here. Let's see what this turns into. I love this red here, so we'll let that just be the ruse comb. And then we'll let some of this here be his beak. We'll add a little red with that. Didn't clean out my brush perfectly, which is good. Let it kind of go in like this. Little rough-roo here. It's a Teddy Roosevelt rough-roo. And you would say, ooh, man, if he added some yellow in there, that'd be perfect. But I just wanted to use the 3 colors I had and just sort of let this fall into shape here. And just with the brush, just do my style, see what happens. I'm going to come and get a little more of this alizarin and just build the... Out of that, look at that. Is that fun? And then pull this foot way up here like this. I'm just going to pull it way up. So it's just kind of there. And you realize that Roo might be taking a step. A little more water drip right there. I'm going to stop that drip if I can. There it is right there. Let this rock in just a tad. Love that. In fact, that's a nice piece of music. Can I hear that again? Would y'all mind if I played that one more time? And plus, Facebook didn't cut me off. You know, I literally spent like a couple $100 buying music, new music that wouldn't happen to what just happened. And I'll tell you, I'll explain it someday when I have time why that happens. I do know why, but it's because they're not doing their homework. Not because I haven't done my payment. It's because the artist sells it to other people and it gets licensed and through other companies, and one company doesn't see it. Look at that little painting I did with those 3 colors. Is that cool? Linda says, I found the show last fall, started doing watercolors, was shopping for supplies online. The internet news sent me to Roo. Sometimes they do good things. God bless you. I bought Bluestone in my last order from Cheap Joe's, but I haven't used it yet. I'll have to get it out this morning. There you go. I love that rooster. Thank you. And so here he is. Let's put a little skyway out here and just a little bit of cloud for the rooster to just be under. There he is right there. Just a little blue. Get some of that indigo and soften it up quite a bit, and just let's let some of this just splatter around the root right here, like so. Whoa, that's too much. That paint is heavy. I forgot I was holding. Forgot what brush I was holding. I wasn't holding my my small little Yasutoma brush. I was holding a big number 8 watercolor brush, so I splattered it and it just went everywhere. Let's go in here and just put a little dot of an eye right there like this, and just a little detail for the beak, and come in and you just let it dry, and you just let all the dark colors come to life, and you just got this blue-red Roo that's kind of all like, hey, there's a dog in the yard, you know? So that's kind of how that comes together. So there's your 3 new colors. Did I mean for it to turn into a rooster? Well, that's kind of what I paint. That's my go-to doodle. That's why it's called Roodoodles. Hey, the books are available online. There's some bug out bags. Some of you have already registered for the class, October class that's coming up. Listen to me very carefully. The class will not open until 3 days or so before October 6th, but you can go there and wait. But thank you. It lets me plan on it. I'll be putting 3 paintings together that we're going to work on together. We're going to talk about products. I'm really loving these 2 pens. And if you want to wait a week or 2, I'll continue to use them. I use them daily now just to see how they work and how they hold up. And but I'm liking them. They're preppy pens, and they have carbon ink, which is kind of fun. The problem with fountain pens is that sometimes you have to have the right ink for the right pen. And so I do have a box over there that has like all these. It has now it's going to have carbon ink in it. It's going to have my Kakuno ink in it for these 2 pens, the Kakuno pens. There's one and there's one. Let me move this out of the way, and I'll finish the show with this right here. So these 2 fountain pens have to have carbon ink. These 2 pens have to have Kakuno ink. This pen works best with Lamy ink, which John Robert Small says is Lamy. This pen works with Speedball ink, so I have some of that over there. This pen works with Doodler's ink, but I'm not recommending that pen. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fountain pens that I keep on my desk that I love scribbling with. And I also have, of course, this fountain pen here, which looks like a stick, because it is. It's a piece of bamboo carved. This is made by Yasutoma, and you pull out the end of this, boop, turn it around, and you've got a brush on the other end. There it is right there. Did you see that? That just pulled out and goes back in here like this. But this you dip in Sumi ink, and you just draw with a sharpened piece of bamboo, and I actually love it. It's got a little hole right here that helps get the air into the ink flow. Just a tiny little hole, like a 3/32 hole right there. There's going to be a 1/32 hole. Anyways, tiny. Dip it in, you go from there. You could probably do it with a little of this right here. Watch this. I'm just going to wet it here because it's, look, I'll dip it right in this little ink and see if I can pick up some. And then I'll just do a little trig branch out here like that with this stick. Look at this. And then I might just draw a little bug there. So he's having this conversation with this grasshopper. And it'd be a good way to go in and get some liquid on that and just do the earth. Ground this rooster just a little bit. There it is right there. Maybe that's you know what that is? I know what that is. Look. It's a butterfly. Oh my gosh. Did you see it? This was a drop of water. And I put this paint there and it went, poof. It just created a little butterfly right there. And I love it when art discovers art. Come on. Knock my socks off right there this morning. How fun was that? Okay, so there's a little painting. Need to get a little piece of this and drop it down in here blue to cut that foot off. Put some. All right, so there we go. So there's the Roo and the butterfly done. And used everything I had in the arsenal today. 2 different brushes, 4 different pens. Just drop this on that. Fountain pens, 2 new fountain pens, 3 new tubes of ink, and a partridge in a pear. Sorry. All right, so look at this. Now I'm picking a paper up and just letting this ink run down through it, pulling up some colors. I want to get a little more down in this leg. Watch this. I'm turning downhill now, and there it comes. And I am out of here like a herd of turtles. I'm going to let it dry right there. I'm going to fry myself a couple eggs and enjoy, okay? Hey, I'll try to get my camera. And Chase is pronounced Chase. Yes, it is, unless you're a chicken drawer. Chase Lounge, and that's why, but it's almost like saying, are you a violinist or a flautist? And then, or flutist. Are you a flutist? No, are you, so if you're a flute player, you're a flautist, but if you're a violin player, are you a volutist? No, you're a violinist. So I love it, Pat. Thank you very much. And Pat, by the way, if you didn't see her comment, I saw it. She said, well, everybody else was having study halls. She was in the library, and that is so true. Hey, Pat, Pat's the artist on Noodle Doodle Fiddle Piddle. The book is available along with Robots and all those other books. You can get them at Amazon.com. You can order them offline here, I think, too. I'm out of here, and loved having you guys on the show. And Denise says it's great for glass. Ooh, so you guys love these colors already. See, you're way ahead of me. I told you. You people are fantastic. All right. Thanks for being on the show today. All these names. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. And Mali, thanks for being on the show all the way from Thailand. And, I always have to say hello to those people who are a long way off. June Jones, I don't think I said hi to you, but hi and bye. I'm out of here like a herd of turtles.